What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. It is the third day of January, and here we are sitting at about $3,100 with 6 hours left in this day. We've got about a day and 6 hours left in this week. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. We haven't really done a whole lot since the 21st of November. Right? We've just been kind of consolidating, moving sideways. We're basically right here where we've been for quite some time now. It's not a terribly large amount of time, but it's pretty comparable to what we did back here, right? We're doing it in a little bit of a reverse fashion. Instead of getting the lower low out of this range at the end of the range, we kind of got it at the beginning here. I feel like we're in this range right here. We got the high that breaks out. We got that after the low that broke out. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but we've been consolidating here for just basically the same amount of time that we've been consolidating back here. I do assume that we will break out of this to the upside. I don't assume that we're going to break out to the downside. And the reason why I believe that is because if we take this low from the bull market beginning to the high here, I guess this isn't the bull market beginning, my bad, from April of 2025 to the high that we had here in August of 2025, we've bounced off the 0.5. That's why I don't believe we go lower. It's not that the 0.5 is this end-all, be-all level. It's not that this is the magical thing that's saving us right now. It's that if we come back down here, if we go near this range at all, or let alone break it, if we see a lower low, we likely don't stop here. We would go all the way down to the golden ratio, which is about $2,200 to $2,000. Now we're at $3,100. Could I see us drop, $500 from here? Sure, I could see that happening. I could see like a $700 drop. That somewhat makes sense, right? Like it could happen. But when you look at the fibs, it doesn't make sense because what you're saying then is you wouldn't just drop here. You would drop all the way down here. And I don't see a $1,000 drop for Ethereum happening. Not from here, personally. It can happen. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but we'll know soon enough. Volume is completely tapered off. Typically, when you're in a consolidation range and then your volume tapers off, it's whenever that volume comes back that you pick a side and you break out. And it looks like, maybe we're starting to break out here. We are certainly building volume, relatively speaking, but overall still declining. So we need to see more, but this is definitely exciting. And it validates this low. I very much do believe this is the low. And especially as time goes on, it'll validate it. Once we take out this high, there's no arguing at all that that was the low right there. And I think, $3,500, that's a pretty good price to get above. But 3670, this 236 is more important. Dare I even say most important? Because from this run from April to August of this year that we had, the 236 there, you found resistance here, support right there. Once you get above this, as far as the fibs are concerned, that says that your low, wherever it is in, and that we are likely going to move to new highs relative to this fib range here. And if that's true, just assuming that we do move up and at some point we get back above $3,700 from a high to a low, we can then start thinking about targets that are in the extended levels of this move, which would be 5,600, 7,300, 8,700, maybe as high as $14,000. Kind of crazy, but those are our two target areas there. I would assume Ethereum most likely stops whenever we do move up here. Most likely stops somewhere between about 7,400 and 9,400. That'd be my guess. Probably closer to 10K, but we'll see. It could be above there. We've been suppressed for a while, but time will tell. We can definitely move up fast, but we likely won't see those prices until the end of Q1, if not even sometime in Q2. Looking at this on the short term, we look at this on the 1 hour, there's a lot of volume that came in last night. Pulling back a little bit, it kind of looks like a bull flag. Overall, the RSI, the stochastics, the MACD, they're all in a bullish posturing. Same thing on the 4 hour time frame. There's not really a whole lot to go off of here. Everything says that we continue higher, so I'm going to guess that we continue higher. That's the thought there, right? If we take the high from back in August to the low here in November, we've already interacted with our 382. Wicked above it, came below. It's odd that we went so far below the 236, but we've broken out. We found some. We've moved above it. We can move from here. We're at $3,100. We can move from here back down, even down to $3,000, and then move up. We can just find a higher low. I think that's fine. But looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, I don't think that's likely. I think most likely, we continue to push up rather immediately, and likely then Ethereum moves up to about $3,300 to, maybe $3,500, somewhere up here, where maybe you consolidate, you find support, and then you continue to move higher. Ultimately, I think you're on a path right now that will take you up to your golden ratio zone, if not your 786, 886 zone. And that would be about $3,800 to $4,700 as a price range. The golden ratio is the most likely area that you'll stop at. That's about 39 to 4,000, 3,900 to 4,000. But You can stop below. You can break through it and stop above. But this is probably the most likely territory that you'll approach. The way I have it drawn here would be like by the end of January. You can see the date down here. And it could happen that way. I would think we are more at these levels probably in February. Not even the beginning of February, maybe midway through and going into the later parts of February. But if we're here by the end of January, you guys, that would be pretty awesome. February would really be set up to be a good month at that point. This goes counter to what my expectations are of Bitcoin. I kind of expect Bitcoin to come back, so I'm going to be wrong about one of these. I hope I'm wrong, or maybe I'm right. That would be really weird if Bitcoin was kind of moving down and pulling back while Ethereum was moving up, but anything can happen. I don't expect a big pullback from Bitcoin, but significant enough. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Neutral daily time frame, but there are bullish prospects there. The tides seem to be shifting in bullish favor. We're not in that full expression of strength yet, and likely just looking at this on a weekly basis, we will get there, but it'll be end of January, if not beginning of January, before we really. End of January, if not beginning of February, that we really start to show strength. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye.